Hello everybody, this is Chrysantheme and I am back. It's been a while. It's been a long while since I've been actually able to play this game, or well, not play it, but more so record it. I've just been very busy with some things that have been happening in my life, and being a student and everything. I just had no, and I do mean absolutely no time to take care of the things that I actually want to do. But here I am, I'm back again, I will pull through. I am planning on doing this series to the end, so don't you worry. It just might take a while. I know I haven't been the best in communicating, but yeah. Anyway, now I need to remember where we last left off. Let's see. Crusader, Archer, Cleric, and an Archmage. So I've done the 2 promotions for the Archmage, I guess, and I still need to do even the first promotion for the Cleric as well as for the Archer. I did the first promotion for the Crusader. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna do the Cleric promotion quests. Do I have Fly already? I do have Fly already. How about Town Portal? No. Oh yeah, right. This is the part where I was running around trying to find Town Portal and they never have it. So let's hope that they have it this time. And of course they don't. Wow. Absolutely, I get no luck with this. I have absolutely no luck with getting Town Portal. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to Whitecap, because that is the place where we actually get not 1 but 2 promotion quests. And we also get a very easy mainline quest from a certain Lord Eric von Stromgard. Actually resides here. And this is going to be the mainline quest to end the winter. As you can see that it was snowing. And the promotion from Archer to Battle Mage, which we're going to probably be doing later on, I guess. Right now it's a good time for me to start promoting my characters, because the promotion quests actually give you a lot of experience. Oh, and by the way, I think this is the first time that I'm flying around. As you can see, flight is very useful because it has double speed on everything. It's a bit wonky at first because you basically have to use the page up button to basically go up and the insert button to go down. So it's kinda wonky, and then you can also press the home button to basically drop yourself. Now be aware that if you drop yourself with the home button from flight, the spell sort of acts like a featherfall spell, as long as you don't hit anything while falling down. Basically, if you fall from any height while you have the fly spell and you press home, you won't take any falling damage. And falling damage is really very lethal, so it's a good thing to know. So I'm just gonna cast Fly here again. First we're gonna do the mainline quest, which is very easy. Basically we just need to find someone that is able to stop the winter that's been going for a lot of years, basically. And this is what we have to do. We just have to talk to this guy. And he actually says, like, sure, this will chat with the weather is pretty easy. You just go ahead, hurry back to Eric von Stromgard, and, you can take all the credit. And I'm like, fine. I'm completely fine with that. More gold for me. So now we're just gonna double back to the Lord and get this spell. First things first, though, I think I'm gonna buy some supplies. I'm gonna get some food. As you can see, my characters are weakened. I just don't like having any debuffs, to be honest, although weak is not that bad, honestly. And there we go, finishing winter. Boom. And that's a nice amount of experience as well. We went from 23 to being eligible to train to 25, which is, not bad at all. Oh, and this is one type of monsters that I really hate in this game, because I don't know who thought it would be a good idea, but basically monsters in this game, well, some of them at least, basically have spells that will hit your entire party instantly without, a projectile or anything, and you will get massive debuffs. I'm talking about curses, weaknesses, dispels. There are a lot of nasty monsters in this game that, if you ask me, are fairly unbalanced and fairly annoying to deal with. But okay, I guess you could just fly past these harpies. I'm getting stuck behind this peasant woman. I guess you could just fly past these harpies. There is a very much worse offender in a certain area that we will have to visit called Castle Darkmoor, and I absolutely hate that place. But you know, you'll see later. And why I'm here is we're gonna enter the second castle and talk to Lord Anthony Stone, who is the person responsible for promoting our clerics to priests and then priests to high priests. And we're also going to take the mainline quest, which is also fairly easy. Perhaps we're gonna do that as well, because we need to go back to Freehaven anyway. I just hope we don't get cursed. And there we go, we just got cursed. Twice even. And basically the only thing they had to do was shout at me, you know, like Fusar style. Oh my god. That was me pressing home and just forgetting about it. So now I'm basically just gonna heal, I'm just gonna heal up. I don't want my characters weakened and everything. Let's go. Weakened and cursed, and or cursed. And now we're gonna go back to Freehaven. Well, I haven't done this in a while. It feels really weird, to be honest. Look, if you haven't done one thing in a while, not that I've been, you know, like doing it for the past 6 years, recording stuff, I mean. It's really weird. It's an awkward thing, you know. It's something you have to get used to, because, you know, you watch a lot of streamers and stuff. I mean, I watch a lot of streamers and a lot of YouTube channels, and they all make it look so, I don't know, maybe so genuine, so easy, or so natural, but it's really weird, because basically you're speaking into a microphone and you're speaking to a mother. It's just really weird, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. You know, my rants on and off, or my on and off rants, and maybe that's a better way of phrasing it. But yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot, you know, especially because this is a game that I really like. But no matter. We need to do two things here. I'm sort of adjusting my plan as I'm going, as you can see. So, we basically set out to do one promotion quest, or two promotion quests for one class, which is I wanted to get from cleric to priest and priest to high priest, which are fairly easy, but have their own sort of gimmicks, so to say. But I think that I'm actually gonna end up doing both Eric von Stromgard's main quest, which I already did, that was the winter one, and I'm also going to do the Lord Anthony Stone mainline quest. And the thing with that mainline quest is you need to find the Prince of Thieves, who is supposedly hiding out in the Shadow Guild, which is also in Whitecap. That was the area that we've been in before. So why are we back in Freehaven? Well, the thing is, and I actually found that out purely by coincidence, because, you know, I was a kid, I just wandered around, and if I stumbled onto a quest solution, I was, you know, euphoric. But the thing is that you were supposed to go into the Shadow Guild hideout first, which is in Whitecap, and then they would tell you that the Prince of Thieves actually escaped. And I think that you found a scroll somewhere there that told you that basically the Prince of Thieves is hiding out in the sewers in Freehaven, which is where we are now. Now there are several points of entry. I tend to always use this one, but I can never memorize the exact layout of the sewer, so I basically just, you know, wander around until I stumble into the place, stumble into the right room. But I forgot one important thing, which is Torchlight and Wizard Eye. And you know what? I'm gonna cast Heroism and Blast as well, just to make it easier. It's a funny thing. I never actually knew. You know, like when I was a kid, that you're actually supposed to go to the Shadow Guild hideout first. I always just stumbled. I think I stumbled upon the Prince of Thieves once while I was exploring the sewer, and I've been doing it this way ever since, because you don't actually need to go to the Shadow Guild hideout. I think that was that's either a bug or a glitch, because I think you were supposed to go to the hideout first. I'm not sure though. And this is a fairly easy one. You have rats and you have, ouch. You have sun traps, as you can see. There are toxic clouds flying around. But the most predominant enemies are basically the rats, and you have some clerics slash priests slash acolytes of Ba. Acolytes? I hope that's the right... oh, something stashed in here. Oh, a key! Ouch. An ouch was stashed here. Okay, and some money. Nothing special though. Now there are some sewer graves that have some items in them. But I was saying this is a fairly easy dungeon. Not much to it. You know, you basically just wander around, looking for the right place. Get some experience. But I don't think that there should be much trouble, you know. Oh, there we go. There should be much trouble. Like, the strongest monsters or mobs in here are the priests of Ba, who are ranged and magic. Other than that, pretty simple, straightforward. Now you do get some keys, and you can use them to open certain doors. And there's another ladder for a point of entrance that I haven't used. I get a lot of this game, or at least a lot of my playthrough, is how I usually do things in this game. And I tend not to experiment too much with the route I take, because I've played this game so often, and I basically know the inside and outsides of it. And I think I forgot to mention that you also have the rogues here, which at this point should be fairly simple. So like, yeah, it's a very simple dungeon. Of course, if you're like me and you have absolutely zero luck with, you know, how many difficult mobs you get in the, sort of in the group, because that's all random, you could get, you know, like five weakest ones, or you can get, like, just like I just did, you get one middle one and 4 strong ones. So yeah. Oh, there we go, chest. And it blew up, of course it did. Are you even the one that has disarm trap? You should be the one. Yeah, you have disarm trap, but it's only on expert level 4. So I guess I need to up that skill sooner or later. Sooner rather than later, actually, because if chests start blowing into my face, that's not a good thing, especially if I can't rest. Hello? Anybody here? Let's cast Heroism and Blast one more time, because it was already done. No, I just absolutely love Heroism and Blast. I think that the first time I actually played the game, or the first time, you know, I'm explaining a lot of things, you know, that, when I was young I did things this way. But honestly, my understanding of the game and the way I play changed so much in the past, I don't know how long this game's been out, 20 years now? Something like that. And I always find, you know, just something new, something that can be improved even just slightly. And the first time I actually beat the game, I didn't use the Heroism Blast spells at all, because I saw no value in, you know, like hand-to-hand combat. Now, however, it's basically my go-to for the first, basically half of the game. And I tend to, you know, like skimp on spells unless I get to some very hard parts of the game. And in general, I very much I sort of underestimated the value of the buffing spells, you know, like Heroism and Blast and everything. But yeah, they are actually invaluable, honestly. Like, you can't be without them. Especially in this game, because you get no... the melee classes don't really get any buffs to their damage output, or the physical classes, you know, like the Archer and the Knight. Who are predominantly, let's say, have physical damage, or at least, you know, they use weapons and things. I am way off track now. I'm probably boring you to death as well, but yeah, my point is, magic is much better in this game, but the first time I did, I was playing, I basically just used, you know, elemental magic, because that's the most damaging one, and that was the only thing I was, you know, that was the only thing I basically tried to achieve, was getting a high enough damage output to basically win the game. Now, however, I tend to play a bit more, I don't know, tactfully. I don't know what the word would be. Maybe tactfully, maybe intelligently even. I'm just gonna go ahead and rest here, since I have the green light to do so. And bless, and heroism. So yeah, if you hear any background noises, they are actually fixing something in my apartment. So if you hear any, you know, like drilling and everything, don't worry. There's not, there's nothing going on. There's not a break-in or anything. It's just, you know, workers. I hope I'm gonna be able to get through this whole episode without actually being interrupted, because that's another thing that always happens to me. You know what? That's life. You get interrupted pretty much all the time. So 20, I already have it. Good. Do I have boots on every character? Yes, I do. It's been so long I've played this, I don't even remember what the usual thing I do with these characters is, or what equipment they have and things like that. So yeah, there's a nifty little fountain here that gives plus 10 hit points when you drink from it. I think I am fairly close to getting to the Prince of Thieves. And I think that the quest for the Prince of Thieves actually gives me a lot of gold as well, like 10,000 or 5,000 at least. Which I would say it's fairly ironic, because it's given to you by the, or not just ironic, it's sort of I would maybe call it a bit like a satire, because the person that gives you that vast amount of money, and it is a vast amount of money compared to, you know, like most quests or most quest givers, is the guy who basically runs the church in Might and Magic 6. So go figure, he's rich as well. Cardinal Cloak of Might, plus 7 armor, plus 7 might. Excellent. A blessed ring, we can sell that. Who am I going to give this to? I am definitely going to give this to my archer, because she needs it. And I'm going to give the Elven Cloak to you. Yes, very good. So, my cleric actually usually ends up with the most armor class in the game. Probably owing to the fact that she can also use a shield, and shields are fairly good, you know, if you can't equip anything in your other hand, of course. Like, they give a lot of armor class, which was, and that is especially evident, you know, that helps especially in the earlier parts of the game, when monsters don't have that many magical attacks against you. When you get to dragons, it really doesn't matter if you have shields or not, because they just deal an absurd amount of damage. But you have other ways of fighting them, so... Come on, let's get to the end! So yeah, guys, I actually realized that I haven't been, you know, like, paying attention at all to my comment section. Not that I have a lot of comments, but I did have a few. And I finally got to the room that I was looking for, and this is what you have to do. There's a hidden door here, next to this hatch, behind this. And the Prince of Thieves is actually heroically hiding under the bed. So basically we captured him without having to go to the Shadow Guild hideout. I'm gonna blow up this chest. I'm gonna take that Gothic amulet, actually. It's worth some money. And I think I can enchant it already, so... I'm gonna take this money. You're fairly poor for the Prince of Thieves. And I just need to find my way out. As usual. Is this the way out? No, this is not the way out. This could be the way out? Maybe? Nope. Nope, this is the path to more pain. Let's heal my archer up. Oh my. Yeah, this is the path around. Still need to find an exit though. Because the first thing I do is I try to find the I tried to find the building, not the building, the room that has the Prince of Thieves in it, and then I just run around and try to find an exit, which is fairly easier, I guess, because, you know, I already cleared out the dungeon. But yeah. Also, sorry for me smacking my lips. This is just an annoying habit I have. I try to not do it so much, but... Wait, I think I see the exit. Do I see the exit? I don't see the exit. I see a chest though. Was I here before? I guess I was. Oh my god. I would never survive in the wilderness. I'll be probably just running around in circles, thinking I was actually going somewhere. Thank God that I have a map that I can't read. Excellent. Okay, now this has to be the way out. There we go. Oh, it's nighttime outside. You know what? Let's just go head into the tavern. Wait for a day there. Just so we don't have to worry about, you know, the darkness. Not that anything happens in it. Monsters don't just, you know, spawn out of nowhere. They only spawn if you try to rest and, you know, the RNG isn't with you. Which pretty much always happens to me. Now, I do have the Prince of Thieves here. And he's gonna stay in my quote-unquote inventory. I will have to unfortunately dismiss my my scholar and my instructor. And the reason being, I also got the priest quest for the promotion of cleric to priest. And what I have to do now is repair the... Oh, where am I going? Why am I doing this? I need to repair the... whatchamacallit? I need to repair the temple in Freehaven. And I'm completely lost. I know there's a carpenter and... Ah, there he is. I basically need to hire a carpenter and a stone cutter and bring them to the temple. And that's it. It's a fairly simple quest. And they're just gonna do their repairs, and then I can go back to Lord Anthony's stone and get my priest promotion and also finish the Prince of Thieves quest. And the other one, so I got the carpenter, and the stonemason is actually right besides the temple, and this is the temple. So I just go in. They did a fabulous job repairing it, as you can see, but they're not in my inventory now. So yeah, that's good. Let me just check if I can get a an instructor and a scholar. Scholar being the most important one, honestly, because scholars are awesome because they give you sort of a unlimited item identification along with some experience gain. So we all know, so you always want to have at least a scholar in. Oh, I got drunk from the Temple of Water, or the Guild of Water. Found it. I don't know why they have vodka in there, not water. That is interesting. Okay, guys. Let's see if they have the. Let's see if they have a town portal. And they actually have town portal. Oh my god! Thank God. So, wait, who has water magic? You have water magic, right? Yeah, you're the archmage. So I'm gonna give it to you. I'm getting a bit of lag, and I don't know why again. It usually happens that I get lag for some reason after a while. I'm just hoping it's gonna go away. If not, oh, look, it went away. No, it's back. I don't even know if I can actually see this on on the video, but you know, happens. So I have 2 drunk women and 2 sober guys, which is always a good, you know, combination. But now that I have Town Portal, I can actually show you how Town Portal works, and this is one of the most crucial spells. You have a 10% chance of it working when cast. So if you are below 10 skill points in water magic, there's a chance of it not working. And on normal you can only use it outdoors, on expert you can use it indoors as well. But Master gives you a choice of destination. Now what Town Portal does, it basically teleports you to one of the major towns you've visited last. Now major towns are New Sorpigal and Freehaven and Whitecap, Blackshire, Silver Cove. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you later. But when you have Master, you can basically choose your destination. And this is a very good spell if you need to get out you know, like quickly out of a dungeon. That combined with Lloyd's Beacon, and Lloyd's Beacon basically sets a beacon that can teleport back to, can make dungeon clears and everything much easier, because you can basically set a Lloyd's Beacon in a dungeon, and then town portal back when you have low health, go to, for example, a monastery, and then just Lloyd's Beacon back. And it just makes the game much easier. Also traveling, there we go, we can go to Whitecap. And this is basically how it works. I'm gonna cast Fly, and have my drunk lady fly me to Lord Anthony Stone now. And we're gonna do his mainline quest, and we got cursed again, of course, because why not? And there we go, the Prince of Thieves is caught, and there we go, 10,000 gold. And the Priest promotion quest has been done, and now we're going to take the High Priest promotion quest. Now the gist of the High Priest promotion quest is basically you've repaired the temple, but now they need a sort of chalice to start making, you know, ceremonies with it, or whatchamacallit. And I never understood why you had to get a holy chalice from a weird temple with monks that, you know, shoot fireballs at you. But, you know, that's where we're going to be going. So, you know, it makes perfect sense. And, you know, old games. What can you do? The game is weird like that at some places. But I need to get rid of my curse first. Do I have remove curse? I actually do have remove curse. Why didn't I think of that sooner? There we go. I need to remove curse from these two as well, because they are cursed, but their portraits only show that they're drunk. They're also cursed in the background as well. And if I don't cure it now, it won't go away unless I go to a temple. But since I'm here, and the temple is not, you know, functional yet, and the only temple that's on the way is the Bootleg Bay one, which is where we're going next. You know, I might as well save up some money. And drunk just go away as soon as you rest. So I'm gonna go to Bootleg Bay, then just cast Fly, and I'm gonna fly right over to the dungeon that we have to do now to get the Priest quest. Or just, you know, to do the High Priest quest, is what I tried to say, but couldn't. Well, there's fog here. And I'm just gonna cast Wizard Eye as well. We've been here before. If you remember, we had, you know, the cannibals, the headhunters, and the lizardmen. We possibly just ran past them. They're not difficult, but the dungeon itself is fairly annoying because they have, you know, the monks in there that are fairly strong. The main problem is what's waiting after the monks. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna rest here. We're not gonna rest here because, you know, we're gonna get ambushed by cannibals, but now we're gonna rest here, and we're not gonna rest here because we're gonna get ambushed by headhunters and cannibals. And now we're actually gonna rest here, and we actually did rest here, thank God, before we went in. And now I'm going to cast Heroism and Bless, and also Wizard Eye and Torchlight. And this is the first time that I'm actually going to be using spells while fighting, you know, regularly, because I want to clear this place out as soon as possible. As you can see, there's a horde of monks in a tightly enclosed space. So I'm gonna sort of run in and out of the dungeon and try to clear them. Woo! Let me just heal. And I'm sort of gonna do a hit and run attack. If I manage to. Oh, I didn't manage to.
Let's get down.
I just hope Alexis got the experience points. Okay, she got them. Good. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna healing touch our Archmage. It's like, wah, 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 you tried. And this is what I was talking about. I'm gonna go to New Sorpigal. I'm gonna cast Raise Dead, or I'm gonna get them to cast Raise Dead. Meanwhile, I'm gonna donate some money, because, you know, I love the church and I love donating money to it, because that gives me all sorts of useful buffs, and in this case it gave me protection from fire, electricity, cold, poison, and magic, which is probably going to be useful in the dungeon that I'm going to go. And I just recast back to Bootleg Bay, and I'm basically done. This is how you sort of abuse the town portal Lloyd's Beacon mechanic. I'm going to just press this button and I'm going to remove my quick spell, which was Cure Wounds, so I can just fight a bit easier. I'm going to try just strafing. No, that doesn't seem to work. Well, I did manage to get some kills. Why did I cast Cure Disease? I wanted to cast Cure Wounds. Oh, I haven't played this in such a long while. It actually feels good to be playing this again. I always enjoyed playing this game, to be honest. There we go. We've killed some. Let's heal up. Hopefully nobody dies, because as long as they're unconscious I can heal them back up, but if they die I need to, you know, sort of reset, go back. Okay, that's that. Another one's gonna be here. Excellent. I have some more mana. And you know what, I think I'm just gonna leave that Master Monk and I'm gonna focus on this Initiate Monk. There we go. I'm just gonna run outside and cheat my way into health. This is one of the criticisms that this game got, that the basically the resting mechanic made the game sort of cheatsy-doodle at some places. Because you can always sort of, you know, run outside and heal yourself. But honestly, I think it's a fair way of playing the game, because you don't want to spend, you know, vast amounts of time just traveling back and forth, getting healed and everything. And I kind of like the more fast-paced gameplay in the later versions of Might and Magic, or later editions of Might and Magic. Oh, and I forgot to get a Scholar. I think I'm going to do that off camera, you know. I personally like it because I don't enjoy games that force you to be out of the action for, you know, extended amounts of time just to, you know, backtrack to somewhere and get healed and everything. It just feels tedious when you've been doing that for a while. Now, I'm just gonna quick save here. And the second reason why this dungeon is fairly annoying is because there is a very powerful monster that we need. Well, I don't think we actually need to defeat, but it's good to defeat because, one, you have the chance of getting a very good weapon off him, or it, and the second part is you get access to a treasure room. The third part actually is you get a fair amount of experience from it actually, and this is the Minotaur King. I just baited him in. You probably heard it. Now I want him to come to me, but he got stuck somewhere, somehow. Oh, maybe I can cheese him right here. Can I? Oh, ooh. And if you can hear the... oh yeah, I can cheese him like this. Oh, this hasn't happened to me before. Now, if you can hear the die sound that he's doing, and if you're seeing the particles here, Minotaur Kings actually have a spell that has a chance of instantly killing your character. It doesn't do any damage, there's just a chance of them dying, which is extremely annoying at this point. They also have a ton of HP. So I don't feel bad for cheesing him at all. And this is what we're gonna do. Whew, okay, that was much easier than I expected. For anybody who doesn't manage to cheese him this way, this is basically the first time that he got caught in between these two chests, for me at least, is I usually just pull him out and then run back here, and as soon as he comes out of this corridor, I go into turn-based mode. And then I just pepper him with spells, because spells, while in turn-based mode, you can't basically miss them. And the thing with spells is if the... So, I bumped the microphone a bit there. If you actually hit the projectile, you are going to do damage, at least with elemental spells. Well, most spells actually, even the clerical ones. And that way you can actually do a very high amount of damage compared to him, but he's only going to get out a few Fingers of Death spell. Finger of Death spells out. Wow, English, easy. And you get access to this place. You already know the Book of Learning spell. You don't have the skill to learn Book of Learning, so it's basically air magic probably. So it's useless. It's either Wizard Eye or Static Charge, yes. No, I already checked this one. I'm probably gonna get, you know, some chests blowing up in my face, but you know, what can you do? I'm actually gonna keep that. Not gonna keep those. What did it do? I didn't want to do that. Sorry for that. I'm just gonna plunder this. And you have a lot of...
I can't learn that. I can't learn that.
You already know the Book of Learning spell. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this because this is a higher tier spell and it's a clerical spell.
I don't know.
And since she already knows it, it's probably body magic, I would wager, unless it's like cure paralysis.
Got it.
So yeah, this is why I like to clear the Minotaur King. There's also a chance of him dropping. Oh, I actually learned this. What was it? It was protection for fire. Nice. There is actually a chance of him dropping a Supreme Axe, which is the best axe in the game. A Supreme Axe is basically a... It isn't an artifact, it's just the best tier of axe in the game, which would be very useful for my archer, who only has a paltry battle axe. Supreme Axe is actually really strong. Okay, so now we have green and orange liquid, so orange is going to go straight to my Archmage, and green is endurance. Who needs endurance? You definitely need endurance. You're supposed to be a bit... you're supposed to be a bit stronger than the rest. I'll give you some luck. Or at least stronger than my cleric and Archmage in terms of... Oh god, I got stuck! In regards to endurance. Ooh, nice.
I don't know.
I do have better longswords already though, so I guess I don't need them, but you know, I can always sell them. Blue liquid is personality, always goes on the priest. Well, it's priest now. Oh, and I accidentally gave her speed, which I guess I should have done to the archer and knight, who are very slow. I don't have the best stats yet, but once I get to Dragon Sand, or maybe if I just go and cheese it in between, I can actually show you guys to get really powerful characters. And we didn't actually have to, you know, clear the Minotaur King, because this is the thing that we were here for. So basically just click on the cabinet and you get this chalice right here, or whatever it is. Yes, it's a sacred chalice. And this is what we've actually been looking for, to get our priest promotion. And now we're gonna town portal back to Freehaven. I love this spell, I cannot stress this enough. Town portal back to Freehaven. Get to the temple.
Can we assist you?
And there we go. Now the temple is actually fully functional. And this is the only temple in the game, I think, that can cure the eradication debuff, which is sort of like dead, but even worse. So if you don't have a cleric that can, you know, I think resurrect, then you basically just have to visit this temple.
Hello.
And this is it for this episode, guys. Like I said, I'm very sorry for the delay in between the episodes. You know, this is a thing I do in my spare time when I sort of like feel like it and when I'm in the right mood. And yeah, I do hope that, you know, you didn't give up on me finishing this this game. Anyway, ooh, a scholar, nice. I am gonna wrap it out here for this episode. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a comment, subscribe, whatever, thumbs up, you know the drill. And I'll see you guys next time. So see ya, bye bye!